Dear Robin, I can't get the idea out of my head that your comeback at me for being slightly sarcastic about, but not really even sarcastic. The reality is here that people overdose and there is prostitution, and you say hello to the prostitutes, and you have for years, and you've discussed violence against me with this guy. I have you on tape laughing when he says just pop her in the mouth. So I have basically been terrorized by you and your little gang for at least the past 2 years. I want to say it's technically started way before that with you, obviously. But tonight when you said to me, oh, maybe next time, hopefully they'll take you away. I can't think of the words right off the top of my head, but it was implying that you wish that I was dead in the ambulance. And that was in response to me saying my little speech about prostitution and the way you support this man who comes in and out of here with people with serious drug problems, and the way you empower him, really, and support him while you encourage him to resort to using violence against me, really. I truly believe that is your intention. I know it's your intention. I have no doubt. That's why I think you're such a despicable human being. Why I call you Charles Manson. Really manipulating people and dragging them into our fight and bringing their lack of intelligence and their hairpin trigger tempers to say and do incredibly stupid things and dangerous things. So back to my point. I don't care if this is rambling. I don't care if I don't even care if you understand, but I just want to say, I want to point out that all that I have suffered I feel like it's so normal for me to, maybe wish you too might be taken away in an ambulance, unconscious or worse. I mean, I would never go as far as to actually figure out some way to make that happen. I think you would, me though, as I've caught you doing. I have caught you trying to get me beat up by low-life scum that burns holes in the carpet and, well, okay, without getting into that, the point is, I wish I could ask you and have a conversation. Well, I don't even want to have a conversation with you, but I'll just do it this way. How do you live with yourself? What is your reasoning to wish someone dead who really has done nothing to you except document your abuse, your cruelty, your misdirected hatred for years upon years, going all the way back to 2006. That's almost 10 years ago. Recordings of you laughing about sending the police to my door, thinking it's so funny, encouraging the other neighbors to fake call the police, pretend that my dog tried to attack them and stuff like that, and then pretend from the top of the stairs as you're saying goodnight that you're receiving an Academy Award. And it was kind of a poignant little moment that I captured when you went from saying that to greeting your cat, whose name happened to be Oscar. And just the giggling of these idiots on the stairs. I mean, sitting there with, an alcoholic, with, one mother who's, got kids in jail for reasons. I'm not dragging everybody into this right now. Both of them. One was her son arrested for selling heroin just this past year, and the grandson, I think, meth or something. And I mean, I don't want to drag them into it because that's not my business. But these are the people you're talking to. You ask Glynis Jordan for help when I'm doing my laundry, and I stop and look at you standing in the hallway doing nothing, and I wonder what you're up to. And your interpretation of that, as you said to my camera, was that I was bothering you, that I was just staring to drive you crazy, and you're begging Glynis, a fucking whore, a crackhead whore, who, I have to edit her saying, well, I sell pussy, right after this. I mean, it's like, I can say all the stuff I'm saying because it's true. Because I've recorded it, I've documented it. And originally, when I started over 2 years ago, I would have thought that people would grow a conscience and cut it out. Maybe even try to say, you know what, this has gone too far. Let's just stop. Because all of my recordings are nothing more than proving how out of balance your decision-making process is, and how it's affected me, how it's affected my life. To edit together you saying, you did this to yourself. And then Mark, after he breaks into my electrical closet, saying, she brings this on herself. Ask my neighbors. It is such a conspiracy. And at this point, it's really just a matter of putting it all together. There's just so much, but putting it all together to make it make sense. To prove, this ridiculous cruelty. And I just, actually my original point was to say that I am so stressed out. I mean, my health is shot, my life is shot. I mean, I've had to answer to people who, I was working for, saying, wow, people really hate you. Why do people hate you so much? Look at all these police reports. Look at what people have told me. And it snowballs into something bigger. And I honestly don't know if you realized how badly you hurt me every time you would fake call the police. Pam's son steals my brakes. I ask her nicely, like a civilized person, the way that we do in normal adult world. But no, not here. Here, to avoid getting in trouble, you got to be the first one to call the police. That's how these idiots think, and they do it to each other, husbands and wives, calling, oh, you're smoking angel dust, you're going to jail tonight. I mean, who talks that way? Everybody talks that way. But what I want to know is, what did I do to you? I tried to have that conversation with Paul a few years ago before we went to small claims court to say, why? Why in your mind did this really start? And he couldn't bring himself to admit that I never did anything. The only thing I might be guilty of was not being liked by you. If you thought I was, maybe egotistical or self-centered, or, you know, if I think about the judgments people have made on me in my life, you know, typical, you know, complaints people have about each other, that's all I ever did to you, which I'm saying I never did anything to you. You don't like me? Fine. But then how did that turn into a campaign to sit on the stairs for off and on for a few months, where you all would like have drinks and have a little party celebration while you told stories about me having to push start my car and my dog looking like help me in the back seat, and little stories that I could have easily laughed at myself, but it didn't end there. And then I write you that note and say, how can you do this? How can you socialize with people who drag their coffee grinds on the carpet and have their babies wipe their sticky fingers all over everything, constantly? It's like raise their butler. You know, throw the garbage out. I have video of the oldest McNair daughter just tossing a slice of pizza, grabbing it out of her kid's hands. She was mad at the kids were fighting about the last slice or something. She just takes it and throws it in the pavement for Ray to pick up. I don't behave like an animal. But for pointing out what a bunch of cruel, nasty animals people are to me, that makes me a target? I never did anything to you. So for you to wish me, see, like if I were to wish Daniel, you know, if I were happy that he died of a heart attack or whatever his little, I don't know if he had an accident tonight or whatever his little scam is, I have good reason. It would be a huge relief. The toll that he's taken on my health from the stress is enormous. It would be normal for me to be relieved that he would be gone or unable to walk and rendered harmless against me. And same with you in a way, because it's because of you that I have this monster on my back now for 2 years. And all these other idiots in the building like Gina. I never did anything to her. She's this tough, you know, this tough Peekskill chick who, you know, you gotta laugh at the white hippie lady, like just, you know, oh, no, that's what it is. Dolores told her that you gotta watch out for me. My landlord told me she was crazy. All that shit that I got on tape, isn't that amazing? I thought that if you heard yourselves, you would back off. But no, you keep coming back for more. And so when I try to prove just how bad it is by videotaping these attacks, whether they're verbal or actual physical, you know, like ambushing me like a couple weeks ago, the way he tore down the stairs, he could have given me a heart attack. But I keep coming round to you. In my mind, I keep thinking, like, how would she live with herself? Like, what? I don't think about you. I never called the police on you. I never called the police and said, oh, you know, and I don't make shit up the way you do. How many times did you call the police on me? I recorded you saying, I have spoken with the district attorney. I have spoken with the chief of police. I have spoken with lawyers. I have spoken with all of this authority. And then in the next clip, I have you saying, what did I ever do to you? And it's like, why are you talking to the police about me? Because I'm recording you being a CNT? I'll leave out that vowel because I don't want to get an X rating here. I mean, who the fuck are you? You're nobody. That's who you are.